Hello everybody, it's Vertical Sandwich. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. And we scored the Unwavering Guard Garment Grid.
Oh, another hole. I wonder what's down there.
Go find out.
No way!
The hole we found was so deep. It was as though all the secrets in the world might be hidden in its depths. But something told me to stay away. These secrets are not for me to know. Get back!
Huh? What?
Alright, well. That's the thing that happened. And she was never seen again. The end.
Yuna!
Thanks for watching, everybody. It's the end of the game. She's dead. No hero equals no game. She fell into a world of glitchy polygons.
Yes?
You can hear me.
I can't see you. Where are you?
Right here.
Alright. This cutscene's all very linear, but there's one thing you have to do in it, and there's no reason why you would think you have to do it. So, yeah.
What's happening?
I finally found you.
Is that really you?
It is me. Shuyin. I've waited so long. Len.
But I'm not Len.
Len. We disappeared together, but when I awoke, I was alone. I looked for you for so long. While I wandered, I realized something. Spira hasn't really changed at all. Everyone's still fighting over nothing, still dying like they used to. 1,000 years have passed, and they can't leave the hatred behind. I'm through waiting. I'll fix it. This world continues to fail us, and what's worse, I failed to protect you. Vegnagun will make that all go away. And we'll fade again. Together. Help me do it. Len.
So,
Don't touch me.
none of this makes any sense, right? Just so everybody knows. I'm sorry. Like,
Whose feelings are these?
it will kind of make sense later, and then we can criticize it more.
Mine?
But it will never make sense that Titus was, you know, that this guy looks exactly like Titus, and that all these things are kind of intersecting, and that, like, he exists 1,000 years after Titus lived, and that, and because Titus was like a real guy, right? But like, Yeah, it's just, it doesn't, I mean, none of it makes, it just
Open
doesn't
your
make any
eyes.
sense.
The end is not far now.
Give this to Payne. It was all I was able to find.
Yeah, give her this one too.
Huh?
Our wills.
He's kidding. Just make sure Payne gets him, alright?
How do you know her?
The four of us go way back.
Don't go!
Yeah,
It's under control.
Take care of things topside.
like, why didn't we get more of this, right? Like, why didn't we get more of these guys being, like, jokey and kind of, you know, friendly catty at one another? Like, before this. So, like, why is it happening all of a sudden? It's another thing about this game. These guys are really fun when they're, like, this cocksure kind of team that, like, thinks they can handle anything. I like them like this, but when they're kind of these, like, die hard. I mean, like, the Gipple's always been fun, right? Gipple's character was written in as, like, Mr. Fun, where, like, he's just obviously, like, this jokester. But, like, Nuge and Barrel Eye, meh, until, like, now, and, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you expect Nuge to be super serious, you expect one of them to be a jokester, and then, I don't know, the Barrel Eye is kinda, I mean, how much do you get to know about him, really, before he becomes possessed? So anyway, we got Crimson Sphere 2. And Crimson Sphere 3. So now we gotta wait for Yuna to say she's all alone.
I didn't know what had happened. Everywhere I looked, I found only questions. But more than anything, I'm just angry. One thing after another, and I'm already confused to begin with. Hey! Where am I?
When she says I'm all alone, we have to start tapping X. And then we'll tap X until we hear 4 whistles.
I'm all alone. Where are you? Wait!
Okay. Hope that was all.
Come in, Yuna. Yuna!
Yuna, reporting in.
Yuna!
She's all like happy and like it's not a big deal. She's like, Yuna, reporting in. And it's like, oh hey, I know I fell down this hole and I was lost and I came up in a completely different part of the world. Like, seriously, a completely different part of the world. Like, seriously. Just She just comes up under, like, she's gone. Like, let's just think about the geography for a second. She had to go, like, okay. So, Macalania Woods is right next to Bavel. And the Thunder Plains is between that and where are we? Yeah, so across the Moonflow, through Guadalsalam, across the Thunder Plains, under Macalania Woods, she traveled like half of the known world. And they're just like, hey, welcome back. Save my progress? Yes, please. Alright, I think what we're going to do is watch the opener for this and see what happens. So that was clearly the Farplane, right?
Freddy, nonne. Trickur, farret me kutui.
Thought we
He's
lost
been blubbering about how he couldn't go on living if something were to happen to you.
We hadn't heard anything in so long. We tried tossing a comm sphere into the hole, but it didn't help one bit.
Hey, it's still in beta.
So what happened?
Well,
Lynn, huh?
Yeah, the girl from the songstress dress sphere.
that's Len?
Sure, she wore that dress 1,000 years ago.
Why didn't you tell us?
No one asked. Besides, all I knew was her name. What's to tell?
What Shinra said surprised me, but only a little. So there really was a connection.
Okay. So the reason Shuyin keeps calling Yuna Len is...
Because of that dress sphere?
I can't really say for sure.
Forget Len. Shuyin's the one who is wanting to vaporize Spira.
Yeah, but what can we do? Nuge and Gipple are already planning something. Let them deal with it for now.
So, like, okay. I have some issues. I mean, I know we'll always have some issues. Aside from that thing at the top of the camera that was completely losing its mind. Let's watch the Crimson Spheres we got. Oh, well, I mean, we can't do that. Okay, but here's the thing. So, like, first off, I mean, I want you to think about our knowledge of history from 1,000 years ago. And, like, this first thing, that thing's really wacky. Look at how wacky that thing is. Look at how crazy it's going all the time. It's so broken. It's just nuts. Teleporting, becoming two of itself. Like, it is just one of the weirder things I've ever seen. I mean, it's great. It's fantastic. I love it. Now, yeah, like, I mean, you think about things that we know about 1,000 years ago, and we have a few remaining, you know, I mean, like, there's a few specific artifacts from, I guess, from our own culture. That's such a broad and kind of incomplete statement. But if you take, okay, so I guess what I should say is, so there's, like, some cultures do have continuous records back 1,000 years that are reasonably accurate, right? Like, I'm thinking specifically of the Chinese culture. It has some pretty amazing stuff from 1,000 years ago. But this guy, like, this guy is like an evil spirit, and like this dress survived, and Shinra for some reason knows who wore the dress 1,000 years ago. Those things are all crazy to me, but what's like, so is the implication, because the odds that this guy is like a vengeful spirit from 1,000 years ago, faded away, woke up alone, that he survived, and that the lady he was in love with, her dress, also survived. Is it Did he survive because the dress survived? Because it seems like a heck of a coincidence. Anyway, we won't get answers to those questions, because it's not going to make sense. But, when we come back, more of this.